So this is our third video for today, or this program we have been, is a new series we started not quite long, but we are trying to concentrate our labors on differentiation. So we began by looking at the general methods. If you need to really get to know definition of terms or the types of differentiation that we'll have, you will need to go and visit our first video and our second video. This is the third video. So we're going to make a little advancement on differentiation concept and calculation module. What we intend to do is to help beginners, in case you have not really been into further math calculation or you find it difficult to understand literal concept on that. We will try to hold you on your hands and lead you through. So now I want to carry out this calculation very straight and simple. Now find the derivative of the function of x, right, is equal to x raised to the power 4 minus 6x minus 1. What do we do? So this is f derivative will be equal to, the first thing we said that there are principles that govern this. Multiply the power with the what now, the x coefficient, then subtract 1 from the power. You apply it here, you apply it here, you apply it here. So these are three terms that we have here. Anyway, this time we'll be having 2 multiplying 4, then x to the power of 4 minus 1. That's the first time we're dealing with it. Let's take it term by term. It will enable you to understand what we're doing. So that's the first time we're dealing with. And this will be having 2 times 4 is 8x, and this is 3. 4 minus 1 is 3 to power 3. So we have dealt with this one. The second term here is minus 6. Minus 6x. So dy the x of this also stands for dy the x. Find the difference of y and difference of x. Or what we say, differentiate y in terms of what x. Now in this case we have negative 6x. And I said before, if you have followed us in first and second video, you know that we are saying that when you have a negative sign, multiplying, having a coefficient, whether plus or minus, what happens is that your derivation is just the coefficient. So here it's supposed to be what now? Minus 6. So dy the x for this is equal to minus 6. So for this one now is this, for this is this. Then we are saying before that for 1, dy the x for 1, the derivation for 1, a constant, is what? 0. So this is 0. 0 has no sign, whether plus or what, or minus, so that's 0. Now let's bring the three concepts together. We now have dy dx will be equal to, we'll have this as our concept 8x to the power of 3, then we'll have minus 6, we have minus 0 as the case may be, but at the end of the day you're having 8x to the power of 3 minus 6. So that's your final answer. That's your final answer. So that is how to find derivative of a function with respect to x. This thing you are seeing here means differentiating this with respect to this. So this is sign for differentiation, or use the y dx as equal to the sign for differentiation. Any of the two of them will be okay. So I'm going to zoom it. I think you'll see it very clear. We're also going to type it, so you're going to see it on the screen. So here we have the second question. Y is equal to bracket 2x plus 1 bracket x minus 3. Of course, you know this is simple algebra, or what we call a simple binomial function. But however, what we do in this case, first of all, is to expand the bracket to get your concepts clear. That's the first thing you do. Of course, you know mathematics, you will need to deal with bracket first. Now what we'll do here in this case, we'll be having y is equal to 2x times x will give us 2x squared. 2x times 3 will give us minus 6x. This times x will give us plus x. This time this will give us minus 3. So I've gotten the concept here. Now dy dx, we are trying to find the derivative of y with respect to x. We have 2 times this, we have 4x, 2 minus 1 is 1. minus, of course, that of a letter or an alphabet with what now? With a coefficient is what now? The coefficient. So this is 6 already. And the definition of any, look at our first video, of any alphabet is 1. And then that of a number is 0. So we have this already. So there's no other thing to do here in this case. We'll just go straight and have 4x minus 6 plus 1 is what? Minus 6 plus 1 will give us what? Minus 5. And that will be our final answer. So that one is 0, so it's already gone. You have this as a final answer. But just understand the concept that we did here. You know, as you keep progressing with the calculation, you don't have issues dealing with these figures. So that's the answer for this. All right. Okay, this for number 3 question. I know you may not be seeing me fully, but I guess you're seeing the board clearly, which is more important. Now, we're trying to find this differentiation is actually y. Remember, we're dealing with y is equal to 1 over 3 x cubed minus x squared minus 3x plus 4. So from this, you multiply this with this, we'll be having dy dx will be equal to 1 over 3 multiplied by 3 over 1 multiplied by x raised to the power of 3 minus 1. Then this times this will give us 2x. Then of course, you know, this is already minus 3. And then we'll have 0. We said before that when you are differentiating a letter that has a coefficient without a power, your answer is simply what? That coefficient is minus 3. And when you differentiate a constant, is always what? 0. So with this, we'll have this. This 3 will cancel this 3. We'll now be having 1. Then we'll have 3 minus 1 is 2. So x power of 2 minus 2x plus 3. So this becomes our final answer. Look at it, very simple. Multiply this by this, cancel out, and then you have this as your final answer. So